go. This is Sunday, the 8th of January, and this is my personal yoga practice. Starting off is a short forward fold to get any pops out of the neck and spine. Just pop out the low back. Feel the space between the vertebrae. The whole point is to lengthen and space, find some space in the vertebrae in the back. So that helps to open up for everything else. But I'm not stretching right now, so it's not a real hamstring stretch, if you know that. Forward fold is used as a hamstring stretch. And now, maybe the phone will let me in so I can start the timer. There we go. All right. Downward facing dog. Hands about shoulder width apart. There we go. Feet about hips width apart. So the feet might be just a hair narrower than the hands, depending on the construction of your body. Turn the shoulders a little wider than the hips. And kind of sell out to straighten the back. Get the arms and the back straight first. So bend the knees to do that. Feel that rotation of the pelvis. And once you get that, then you start to straighten the knees and try to maintain the length in the spine. And relax the calves, relax the ankles. So after you get the back and the arms in place, then you start to work the legs. And you kind of go back and forth. And you can stretch the hips side to side. About another minute, 45 seconds. Oh. Feel the breath. Breathe in and out. Try to make the inhale and the exhale about the same amount of time. Same volume, the same amount of time. Breathe through your nose if you can. Straighten the legs. Relax the calf muscles. You can use the shin muscles a little bit to pull the feet up. So you can work on those hamstrings a little more. Use the quads. Straighten the knees even more. So eventually, you'll get the heels on the earth and you'll be able to pick up the balls of the feet off of the earth. I am not there for another 35 seconds. And relax. Enjoy the pose. Stretch the neck a little bit. And that's that. Alright. Clear that out. Get the next timer started. Next up. Upward facing dog. Again, hands about shoulder width apart. Hands towards the feet. And start to relax. So I've got, I feel the right wrist more than I feel the left wrist. I've got some sensation on the low back. Not too much, a little bit. And actually, when I pulled the head up, the sensation in the low back moved up a few vertebrae. or the max sensation that I was feeling in my low back moved up a few vertebrae. And my neck is still, it feels better today, but it's still, gotta take care of my neck, because I did a headstand without properly negotiating it with my body. It hurt the neck a little bit. And relax, find a pose. Feel a little stretch on the neck. There we go. The low back is in a good spot. So I can max the stretch of the back. For another minute. And then wiggle the fingers a little bit so you can feel some space. My hands actually rotated a little bit so they're not pointing directly back at the feet. It might be maybe a half a degree or a degree off from pointing directly back at the feet. That's okay. That's where they want to be. And relax, feel the stretch. And the low back, a little on the wrist, and then a little bit on the right side of the neck. And I've got my shoulders kind of up to help protect the neck, so it could go like this, but I've got the shoulders up further on the neck to help protect the neck in the pose. And that is that. Alright. Regain dexterity in the hands. There we go. Clear that out. Clear that out. Start the next timer. And now it's wheel pose. Yay, another back bend. Because I just did upward facing dog to get the back into a good spot so that it can do more, intricate, more enhanced back bends. So upward facing dog is a great starter for back bends. And let's get into frame. There we go. Look at that. That's wheel pose. There you go. And then the stretch is on the front side of the body, so the abdomen, front side of the thighs, everything that connects to that little front bottom part of the pelvis. All those muscles are getting stretched. And the back has got a nice posterior flex. So you can feel the flex on the spine, you can feel the stretch on the front side of the body. Straighten the arms, so effort with the upper arms and shoulders to keep the pose. And it feels like, yeah, that's my drawstrings on at the bottom of the shirt there. That's not something else. And feel the stretch. My pants have drawstrings today. That's right. Alright, yeah, see, look at that. That's my drawstrings. Alright. Very good. That was intense. So, finish this out with, let's go with camel pose, because I want to stretch out my arms and chest. So relax. Knees about shoulder width. And take this down, grab the heels. Then bring the chest forward. Be careful with the neck. So use the shoulders to support the neck. And stretch the shoulders. Actually, bring that feet and the knees in a little bit, because the closer you bring the knees, it creates another stretch. Bring that left knee in a little bit. And it takes more effort the closer you have the knees together, because you're going to use some of the interior thigh muscle to keep the knees together. Well, that feels interesting on my right knee. And that's that. There we go. Dismiss that. So the next timer. So next up, now that I've done my back bends, get the body ready, or kind of neutralize the body and get it ready for some more forward folding by doing a forward fold. So nice anterior flex. Take this forward, nice and slow. Felt a couple pops in the neck. There we go. And relax. I got a lot of sensation in the neck today. Stuff getting into the right place. Find pose. Get the heels, ankles, balls of the feet together. Get the balls of the feet, pick the toes up to get those balls of the feet together. And then hands under the feet to enhance the stretch for another couple minutes. Straighten the legs. Keep balance. Monitor the amount of sensation in the ankles as they press together. And relax. Forward. Use the arms to pull yourself forward a little bit. Use the quads to keep the knees straight. If you're not quite here yet, don't bother. Or if you got like super tight hamstrings, use the hands. Keep the hands off the knees, so either on the shins or above the on the shins below the knee, on the quads above the knee, and slowly use your arms to slowly allow yourself to go further down. And then eventually you get further and further down. It takes time and practice. You do it every day, it gets better and better. And that is that. All right. Floor exercises. All right. The big fireworks. So today is the 8th. Start with the right leg. Move the off-camera stuff out of the way. Let's see how well this will work. The right leg. Be careful of the muscles on the bone over here. So, with the right foot, bring it towards the chest. You find that easily, awesome. Maybe not. Maybe you can cradle the shin towards the chest. Very cool. If you find that easily, take it down. Do the same thing. Flip the chest. Cradle the leg. And then, again, be very careful as the muscles slide back and forth over the bone. Look at that ankle. Yeah. And if you done this a lot, got a lot of practice, maybe you can get the foot behind the head. There you go. That's a foot behind the head. Hey, look at that. It still works too. And then relax. Find a sustainable posture for this pose. By sustainable, I mean you find a way to find a position in the pose that's right for you. That will allow you to hold the pose for as long as you want, such as the rest of the day. Another minute and a half. So I actually got a lot of sensation on the back of the neck today. That's interesting. Don't usually feel so much on the back of the neck. But I do have a lot of sensation in the right thigh, of course. But I'm feeling more sensation from on the back of the neck, from the thigh, from the shin pushing into the back of the neck than I normally feel. That's interesting. I see you wrote something, but I can't see from here. So give me another minute and I'll see what you wrote. So relax and enjoy the pose. Relax the hips. And then I'm using some effort on my left shoulder arm to keep the right foot behind the head, because that helps, right? The thigh is acting as a giant spring to push the leg forward, pull the leg forward. And so I've got to use neck, back, arm, shoulders to keep everything back for another 10 seconds. And that is that. Relax very slowly, very gently, very carefully as the muscles slide across the bone. Bring that back. Alright, we're going to do the other side. Hey, thanks, sir. There we go. Clear out the timer. Get this started. The body's got two sides. That was the first side. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's get the foot towards the chest. If you can find that easily, awesome. Bring the shin towards the chest. Find that easily, awesome. You lay down, because that's a different stretch, because now the back is straight. And if you can, watch out. The muscles slide over the bones. Feel that. Feel that. And then that's about 10 seconds too early as compared to the last side, but we'll go ahead and start working that. And on this I feel a stretch over here. Right, my legs are very different on this stretch, and I generally feel much more sensation on the thigh on the left side. There we go. Hey, look at that. Got that. And then, so like in this position, I've got my spine on the earth, whereas I roll over, now I've got the left knee on the earth as well. And so I'm actually pushing into the muscles on the left side of the spinal cord. And then now I'm consciously trying to relax these muscles. So these muscles have to tighten up in order to get into the position. And you consciously, very slowly, start to relax the muscles. And so you feel the muscles. You, in your mind, right? Hey, look at that. Where's their foot back there? Oh, look at that. There's a foot. And it works. Yay. And then, got another minute left to feel the stretch. And a lot more sensation on the neck than I normally feel. Then I have to attenuate the placement of the leg so that the sensation of the thigh is not too much. Because the further I pull it down, the more sensation you get on the thigh. And so relax. Breathe. So actually I just relaxed my abdomen, which was interesting. So I'm like, so now I've got my abdomen kind of tight, got my core kind of tight to help maintain the position. So then you relax the abdomen, that changes things quite dramatically. Very slowly get that out. That's a major stretch. You just cut off blood flow. So that's going to reestablish. There we go. Awesome stuff. Get the next timer started. Hamstrings. Alright. My hamstring stretch. You can start off just by stretching the hamstring, Janu Sirsasana. Hey, look at that. I'm at the point where I want a slightly different hamstring stretch. I like compound stretches when I'm ready for them. So, it's the right side. We grab the right foot with the left hand. Bring the shoulder through on the inside. So the right shoulder is on the inside of the right knee. The right shoulder finds the earth. The right hand slides underneath the left hamstring, and rotate the front of the elbow, the eye of the elbow, towards the earth a little bit. As much as you can, but it's only going to be a little bit. To maybe get a little pop out of that right ball and socket joint on the right shoulder. And so the stretch, the earth is pressing into the right thigh to help with the stretch, and then the left shoulder is reaching and stretching over. Relax the left shoulder. When I relax the left shoulder here, I start to feel a lot more sensation on the left shoulder. So there's a bunch of little support muscles to help get into the pose. As I relax those support muscles, there's something else that's getting stretched. And so I have to be careful how much of the shoulder muscles I relax. And of course, there's also a nice giant stretch on the right thigh, nice hamstring stretch. And then you can attenuate the right thigh stretch by trying to straighten the back a little bit. And relax. And then I'm scooting the heel of my right foot just a little bit further away, that way, to try and keep the pressure from the earth on the right thigh into a balanced spot on the right thigh. And 25 seconds left. There we go. So lots of stretching going on here. Awesome stretch. Really like the stretch. Just can feel so much in the body. Shoulder, the thigh, the hamstring. And that is that. Get out very slowly. The spine takes some time to recenter the spinal column. There we go. And we've got two sides, right? Get that foot in frame. Get the timer. 3 minutes. Go. And the other side. Second side. On this stretch, for me, the second side, or the left side, really, is just always not as quick, not as easy as the first side, because the spine has to, spine was nice and happy going to the right, then I made it to the center, now I'm going to the left with the spine, so I gotta go slow. As the vertebrae, the discs, all the other stuff get into place on the spine. And start to feel that nice intense stretch on the left thigh. And then I keep doing some minor adjustments on the earth. A little bit on the man parts to make sure they don't get crushed by the pelvis. Because that really doesn't feel good. There we go. Tense stretch on the left thigh. Now my left side's usually not as open as the right. Just slide the left hand under the right thigh. Turn the eye of the left elbow, so that front side of the elbow, turn that towards the earth, and I felt a couple pops in the ball and socket joint on the left shoulder. Relax the right shoulder. Straighten the spine. There we go. Turn a little more. Feel a stretch on the thigh. So for me on this side, whereas the other side was feeling the shoulder a little more, on this side I feel the left thigh a little more. Scoot that heel out a little bit. And feel that stretch. Get that timer, 50 seconds left. So feel more of a stretch on the left thigh, less of a stretch on the right shoulder as compared to the other side. Well, I do have quite a bit of sensation on the right shoulder today. But I'm able to completely relax the right shoulder, whereas the left shoulder just didn't quite feel comfortable completely relaxing it. And relax into the pose, feel the stretch. And that is that. All right, good stuff. Really like that stretch. Nice compound stretch. Get the shoulder, get the thigh. Cool. So next up, second to last pose, straddle splits. So you start off, get your legs as wide apart as you can get them, and you just find a sustainable pose, right? Can you hold that, yes or no? You practice more, you can get the legs further and further apart, and you want, in order to get the legs further apart, you've got to rotate down on the earth. There we go. When you rotate, you got to make sure you get your man parts on the correct side of the pelvis. There we go. And stretch the shoulders. And relax. So I'm using the upper body rotation of the rib cage to control the amount of sensation on the right shoulder. There's plenty of sensation in the thighs, but I do this pose every day. I've been doing this pose every day for a few years, more or less. And there's not that much growth left on the legs. But you pulse the legs a little bit, pulse the right shoulder a little bit, so you can feel the space. Another 20 seconds, and we'll swap shoulders. Feel the stretch. There we go. So do about 1 minute and 10 seconds on each side. There we go. Feel that stretch on the left shoulder. And relax. Feel the breath slide in and out of the body, equal parts inhale and exhale. And relax and enjoy the pose. Continue to breathe, feel the stretch. You might pulse the muscles a little bit, with the feet a little bit, see if there's any space you can get on the legs. And that is that. Alright, timer for the last pose. It's been a few minutes, more or less. Playing with handstand. Alright. So let's start from the legs out wide today. So from here, I need to push up into my starter pose. There's a couple ways to place the hands, right? You can place the hands like perpendicular, pointing away from the body. I don't like that because that doesn't feel good on my wrists. So I have the hands at about almost a 90-degree angle apart, and then also spread the fingers to gain more balance because I'm using those fingers for balance, right? So then be very careful. Yeah, that's not enough weight forward. Bring the hands a little bit further back. There we go. Transfer the weight. There we go. Up to starter pose. And then from here, it's just so easy. Sometimes. Lift the hips up and find balance. Balance with the hand, the heel, and the fingers. Straighten the elbows for less effort. Bend the elbows for more control. Yup. I swallowed some saliva, and that knocked me out. Alright, let's try that again. This time we'll start from yogi squat, right? Yogi squat. Knees into the elbows. Crow pose. And then lift up. Oh, come on. Yeah, the lifting up part puts a lot of weight forward. So it's an interesting balance transfer. One more time. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Nope, that's it. So you get the elbows bent. There's a lot of shoulder effort in order to keep the posture. And the shoulders are down. Alright, so that's my practice for today. Thanks everyone for watching. And I hope y'all each enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and have fun.